Hello Year 9, I hope you're well and having a lovely day. Please read the date and title, Lamb to the Slaughter, continued. For your do now, write a definition of the terms pathos and foreshadowing without looking at your notes. How were they used to create tension at the beginning of the story? Whose side were you on at the beginning of the story and why? And maybe as a challenge, consider how did this change as the story progressed? Did you stay on the same person's side, or did you switch sides, or were you entirely apathetic? Apathetic means you don't care. So please pause the video for 5 minutes to jot down your ideas. Okay, so pathos is a quality that evokes, which means brings about, pity or sadness. Foreshadowing is warning of a future event, often bad or negative. We understood that Mary was innocent and vulnerable. We felt increasing pity for her as we realised she was going to receive bad news and we didn't know how she was going to take it. It'd be interesting to see what you wrote after she kills her husband. Did you still feel on her side? Were you still rooting for her because you think he deserved it, or did you want her to get caught? So take a moment to review your answers. Okay, so please could you write the subheading, is Mary Maloney the victim or the villain in this story? Please make a list of reasons why we should feel sorry for her or why she's the victim. Highlight evidence in the text to support your reasons. Then, make a list of why we should not feel sorry for her or why she is a villain. Again, highlight evidence in the text to support your reasons. Pause the video for 15 minutes to do this now. So in terms of the reason she's a victim, she looks after her husband, she has feelings for her husband. Patrick's behaviour towards Mary when he arrives home, he doesn't treat her very well. The way he breaks the news to her, he doesn't do it very sensitively. Mary is pregnant, which makes Patrick planning to leave even more callous, so callous means unfeeling and cruel. Mary's first thoughts when she realises what she has done. Her shock when she returns from Sam's. In terms of villain, the planning that goes into the murder, her collected behaviour at the end, the contrast of her behaviour before and after, and her reaction of giggling at the end of the story shows a cold and calculating side to her character. So take 5 minutes to check your work. Make sure you've got the reasons for villain and victim written down into your book. That'll be really helpful for the next task. Okay, evaluation question. Mary Maloney was the real victim in Lamb to the Slaughter. How much do you agree? Only partially agree or disagree. Make points both for and against a statement. Use evidence from the text to support each point you make. In terms of success criteria, you need to measure your level of agreement to say how far or to what extent you agree. You've got to use reasoning to explain your position. Consistently use evidence from the text. So use your quotations and really clearly comment how the reader views ideas. So I've given you a skeleton structure to help you out. I want an introduction to start off with. I partially or entirely agree or disagree with the statement, Mary Maloney was a real victim in Lamb to the Slaughter, because, so here you're basically providing a brief overview with regards to how much you agree or disagree. So that's clearly linking to success criteria 1, measuring your level of agreement. Then you need 3 evaluative paragraphs. Sorry, that should say points, not poems. You need a paragraph for each of your 3 points. So I've set out the structure for you. I partially or entirely agree or disagree that Mary Maloney was the real victim in Lamb to the Slaughter because this can be seen through the quote. This quote shows that, this demonstrates that. You don't necessarily need the link there, but it could be a really good way to link to the reader and demonstrate how they view the evidence. So you're doing that 3 times. You don't ideally want to be all on one side. So I would say 2 points agree, 1 point disagree, or 2 points disagree, 1 point agree. So just make sure you show both sides but have a clear position. And then finally your conclusion is basically a reiteration of your introduction. So that hopefully explains the task. please could you pause the video for 20 minutes in order to do this now. And that brings us to the end of today's lesson. Thank you very much for your hard work, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.